This was a really fun episode. We had a conversation on MST with Gigi Troncoso and Misty Lopez, and they're two residential real estate agents on a real estate team where they spend time doing both commercial and residential real estate. It's a dynamic situation, and they're very good friends, and so their conversation went from real estate to family to values to working together and to supporting your community. It was a really good conversation from two really great people in St. Tammany Parish. Hope you liked the conversation.
Welcome to the St. Tammany episode of our podcast today. Two of my favorite people
the funnest
in this business. And I've done a lot of work to get you guys in this room, so I'm really excited to have
We
Misty
tried
Lopez.
to cancel twice.
Yes.
He literally drug them in here.
Put my foot
There's
down.
marks on their back.
Yeah. Because it's important that, we have a lot of really great real estate agents in our community. And y'all have been doing this for, in y'all's very young age, a lot of time. And I think people getting to know you guys more is just going to help people understand and love you more than they already do. Because I think y'all are very well respected in this town. And so I'm really excited to have Misty Lopez and Gigi Troncoso.
Woo!
On the
Good
podcast.
job, buddy.
I got it right.
Wow, this
It's
one over here
6 years.
can't manage to get my last name right.
Got
Anyway,
it right.
I do
Got it right. And so I think that one of my favorite parts about you guys is y'all's family, and you made an impact on me a very long time ago. I still have the Lopez family rules on my phone. We won't say what those are out loud. Those are only for special people. But I didn't have kids when I first got those.
Well, I now feel left out.
Well,
so how about that, Misty?
We'll share. But I respect the way that you raise your kids, and I think that it shows who you are as a person, and also you have that same standard for your work, right? And same thing with you. I mean, your son's come in here and done things for our office, and I've worked with your husband on different things too, and so I respect a lot about what y'all have done personally and professionally, and I hope that my kids can grow up to be the people that y'all's kids have been. So I think that's very cool. So I just want to start with that. Like, your husband's an attorney. He's not from here. Your kids went to the same high school you did. Yeah. What does this St. Tammany Parish community mean to you?
It means a lot. I moved here when I was 9 years old, so pretty much been here my whole life. Mm-hmm. Being able to, you graduate high school, and then there's a gap that you don't see your people anymore, and then you come back when your kids are small and you start running into the people you went to high school with, and then now we're all, there's some of us working in the same business together, and it's just so cool that our kids are now together, brought us all back together. And of course, Facebook always helps with, never forgetting anybody. But it's just really nice to be able to work in the community that you grew up in, and that your kids are also in that same community.
Yeah. Amen.
And you're, Gabby getting into the business and also helping a part of your real estate team. I'm sure that's also like a sweet moment for you too, to be able to have her that carry on the legacy that you've started for your family too, right?
Yeah. Our oldest Colin got his real estate license. I don't know if you knew that before he went to law school, but now he's moved to Arizona, took his bar there, so he let it lapse. And then Gabby got her real estate license, and so she's been doing things in the real estate market.
Yeah,
so
she's doing really well for how old is 21 years old?
Yeah, she turned 20 in August.
Yeah,
so, and then Bella will probably, Bella's talking about going in the military too. So Reed did. So we'll see if she gets hers.
So I've never heard this story, but how did Hector get here?
Hector got here in law school.
Gotcha. So he went to law school in New Orleans?
Yep,
gotcha.
Tulane.
Very cool.
So,
I mean, like, if anybody doesn't know his story, and I've actually asked him to come on too, and of course, knowing if you know Hector,
Hector's not going to be
even less likely than you to come on. But in the Marine Corps, went to law school, very, very disciplined and tough guy. But like when you actually get to know him, just very down to earth and very cool person.
Big teddy bear.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
Right?
He's such a sweet guy.
Silver fox, just handsome.
He's so handsome.
He is a silver fox all day.
And he's in his business now. He's doing a lot of cybersecurity stuff. So he's making an impact locally too. So it's cool to see that. Mm-hmm. And I think that we would be remiss not to talk about your partnership with Mr. John too, because another longtime St. Tammany Parish person, right? And that you now partner with him, and you and him are on a team together working on the common goals. Like, what does it mean to work with Mr. John, and how do y'all kind of relate the commercial and residential side of y'all's business together?
So I didn't know much about commercial until we became a team and learned a lot from John and from our broker, moving over to KPG with Bo and them. So it's a whole different
For sure.
shark tank there.
Thank
but
you
it's-
for acknowledging that. I think it's
Oh,
one of those
it's-
areas that everyone's like, I'm a dip a toe. I'm like, no, girl.
It is,
Whole foot or
No.
don't come.
Exactly.
and I always
Both
say I
feet, too.
think it's
Right.
easier for a residential agent to go commercial than a commercial to go
Yeah.
residential.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they'll tell you that. They will tell you that because we are so strict on timelines and paperwork, and they are just like, oh,
Well, your clients are so reliant on your expertise from the residential side because they have a day job and they're doing other things. But like business owners, especially real estate investors or people who have done a couple of real estate deals on the commercial side, they kind of have a routine and they have a process. They have their things buttoned up enough to be able to help you be able to run with it. Our residential clients need us to handhold them. They don't know what they don't know. And so it just takes more effort on our part to make sure that we're helping them meet their timelines. Business owners, you can say, these are your deadlines. Most of them are organized enough to get you what you need. Residential needs more handholding. They do it 3 times in their life at the most.
Right.
It's a different ballgame.
Different level of sophistication.
Agreed.
For sure.
And it being a personal stress versus a
Yes.
business stress is
Completely
two very
different.
different things,
Totally
too.
different things.
Agreed.
And John being a business owner too in the commercial side, he's very knowledgeable. So I know when I first came in, I stayed in my lane when it came to commercial and learned, and he stayed in his lane when it came to residential. He'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he's like, ask Misty, I have no idea.
He told me that a couple of times. I
Yeah.
did an open house with him. He's like, I'm here for Misty. I hope nobody asks me any questions
He
because
does.
they would defer to her on all that kind of stuff. Which I think that's great that y'all have partnered together and y'all work and y'all have those clear lanes. And then Miss Ellie, who does a great job with what she does in Mr. John's life, like just really good people. Again,
Yes.
St. Tammany people partnering together and making this community better because that's what Mr. John has done his political career, I feel like. And then partnering with you, allowing him to get into the residential side and show your expertise too, has been y'all have done a great partnership. It's been fun doing business with y'all. I really respected both y'all separate, and now being on the same team and working together has been really cool seeing that.
It's been cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you had the same transition,
Yes.
right? So when I first met you, Keller Williams, which is a great company, and I think that you have to give credit where credit's due what Keller Williams did, and
Yes.
then partnering with Brent,
Yes.
which was a match made in heaven, which is hilarious because you're so direct with the way you do things, and Brent is a little bit more laid back and charismatic about things. And
Polished.
well, I won't say that. You're polished, too.
You're so polished, girl.
But I think that, again, similar dynamic, right? Y'all are some of the only groups that are marrying that commercial and residential business. And to be clear, y'all aren't working on the same team, just both work for KPG and are really good friends.
Yeah.
And y'all bounce these ideas off each other, which we love the collaborative aspect of real estate. Like people who are competitive in nature to the point that they can't collaborate with other people just doesn't make sense to me, right?
I always
They're
say
gonna-
we're here
they're
for the
gonna
same
lose.
job. I mean, we're
Yeah.
here to get to the closing table.
Well, and we're
Like,
here to really, we became such good friends because we do think a lot alike.
a lot.
And we're here to help. We talk a lot alike too, but we're here to help each other grow. Like it's just, I mean, that's what it's all about. Like helping each other,
That's when I
do
really
better.
understood y'all's relationship. I was meeting with Gigi and we were just like getting like an annual reset. And she was like, we had spoken at something. She's like, I'm gonna come meet with you. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you need an accountability partner. She's like, let me call Misty. Like she immediately got her on the phone. She's like, girl, we gotta meet. Lauren's making me meet. I gotta do all this stuff. You gotta get me there.
Exactly.
But when you have somebody like that in your
Yes.
corner, your life is different.
It's so
Yes.
different. It's so richer too because I mean, she'll even tell me, I know you're going to get mad when I tell you this, and she'll tell me the truth, which is what I want to hear, which is why we're good friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you telling me what you think I want to hear. I mean, tell me the truth.
Right.
Am
And
I
vice versa.
wrong?
and
whatever.
even when it's bad, it's coming from a place of love
Yes,
because she
absolutely.
genuinely cares.
Yeah.
Or when she tells me something I don't want to hear too, what I tell, stay in your lane. Nobody asked you, Gigi.
And when sometimes we have
Then you go home and think about it.
we have conversations with especially people in real estate, but business owners in general who are by themselves, solo people, and they feel like they don't have anybody on their team to collaborate with, or they don't have any opportunities to be leaders because they don't have anybody that works directly for them or under them or their direct report. But truly, the relationship you guys have is y'all are being leaders in your own right, right? Y'all have people on your team that aren't necessarily in the same company that you're in or in the same partnerships that y'all are in, but y'all are still leading in your own way with each other.
Correct.
And you can have that for other people in your community if you find the right person who has shared values and a common goal and somebody who will show you love, because that's the real word, right? I had a Navy SEAL tell me that his definition of leadership is love, because love allows you to give somebody a hug, give them something if they're in need, but have a hard conversation. They need somebody to tell them that they need to step up or do something different. Like that is a form of love that people are scared. They feel like they hurt somebody's feelings and that they're not being loving. But in a way, you have to be direct. To two of the Lopez family rules, right? It's like you have sometimes be very direct with people and tell them what they need to hear. And if it upsets them, then maybe the first step in them getting to the direction where they need to be going.
Exactly.
Love you enough not to watch you suffer.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I can say for Brent and I being on his team, we are perfect. I mean, well, I'm saying this, so he may disagree, but you know, I feel like we are a perfect match because he does that for me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I am a people pleaser by nature. I'm trying to work on that. But he has helped me grow in that area because I've always been afraid to have hard conversations with people for whatever reasons. You know, I don't want to hurt their feelings or I don't want them being mad at me. But he has such a different perspective on everything. And it's like he'll say something. I'm like, oh, my God, what? That's perfect. Can I record that? And he'll start laughing. But he's definitely has helped me in so many different ways, professionally and personally. So I kind of want to make sure I say that about
For sure.
him.
And y'all collaborating on the commercial and residential, similar to what they're doing, right? Is that y'all are working y'all's business too?
I don't do commercial.
Yeah, so you just focus on
I just
residential.
focus on the residential, and he has given me that. He's like, this is you. I mean, obviously he's there for me if I need him, and you know we collaborate daily. But I pretty much run the residential division, and then he and Jessica will do the commercial part.
Gotcha. And I mean, and from his standpoint, coming from his business background, just like Mr. John, and being a part of that business that sold, and now he got into the commercial space, and he didn't have that residential arm. He didn't do much of it at all. To bring on somebody like you really allowed him to share leads with you, and then y'all to do business together, and it works out. And I think that it's a beautiful thing that a lot of business owners, real estate professionals, have a hard time figuring out how to make that work.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your family too. So, you know, your husband he coaches basketball.
He coaches basketball.
And what's the name of his business?
Spartan Basketball Training.
Yep.
Is what it's called.
And he's been doing that for a long time, right?
He's been doing that for, God, I mean, he's coached since he was younger, but he's actually had this business for over 20 years.
That's great.
But he started out in industrial sales. So he's been in sales his whole life. And then when COVID came, and he, let me just add, did not like his job. But, you know, he had a family and, you know, we needed to support his family. So he did what he had to do. And my goal was to one day be able to get my real estate business to the point to where he didn't have to work a job he didn't like, and he could just focus on his passion, which was coaching. And so here we are. So now he's coaching, and I'm doing real estate.
We need to clap that out. I mean, you made it, girl. You made it.
Well, and now, you know, of course, now I'm like, I didn't sign up to be any sugar mama. And he turned around. I was telling him, he turned around. He's like, I know, but I love it. And I'm like, I bet you do.
But can you
but he's
shoot
all
a
good.
3-point?
No.
Her? Can she?
Girl, I can't even dribble. And my whole family makes fun of me.
That's
They
funny.
actually call me a little spazzy, which, whatever. I played sports when I was younger. That's all I'm going to say.
She can sell a house.
Yeah,
some
she can
land.
sell a house. Look.
I can juggle several deals.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Which, you know, I think it's great because Lauren talked about this a lot too. When there's ways, and I'm sure that you have something to say about this. Having a daughter, right, and showing your daughter that there's different ways that women can raise a family and be a mother, right? You can be the mother who stays at home, and that's perfectly fine if that's the calling you've had to support your family that way. But you can also be that woman that works and shows your kids what it's like to actually raise a family and be a professional mom
Absolutely.
that's able to make money for your family too. And so I think it's great that y'all have given y'all's daughters that perspective. And then also your sons to see that too, that there's options for their wives one day to be able to live their passion and for your family to grow in the way it needs to grow, right?
Absolutely.
I think it's very cool. And I come from a family with 3 boys, so it was just like, you know,
Get out there and work.
Get out there and work. Exactly.
but having 2 daughters, it's like it's be interesting to see where it ends up.
I know.
I'm focusing on Walt. Like I know how to do Walt. I can direct him in the right
Focusing on
direction.
Walt.
And then yet these girls have him so wrapped as soon as they run in this building. So
It's interesting to watch them.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's just interesting for me how different boys and girls are. It's just, I don't know. Don't you agree? I just feel like, because my son started out as a mama's boy, probably up until he was 14, to the point where my husband was like, okay, like seriously? So he finally at 14, he kind of turned that corner and came into his own probably his junior or senior year. because I worried for several years that I was just like, this dude is going to be living under a bridge in a freaking tent. Like, I did. I'm going to say it out loud.
And
Look
he's
at
an
him.
And
excellent
she loves you a
electrician.
lot.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
Now, I know, and my friends who knew me back then are just like, now look at him.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's an electrician. He loves what he does. Speaking of passion, he just has such a passion for it that, and he's a workhorse. Like, he is constantly working.
And he's in school.
And he's in school. Anyway, just seeing the transformation with him and my daughter as well. Like, they're both just, I don't know, very disciplined, which is something I was not when I was their age. And
Yeah.
neither was my husband. And he'll say, he's like, I was not like that at 23.
Yeah.
Driven.
Well, I mean,
Did something right.
I remember like my growing up, y'all might be able to relate to this. You know, my mom was one who was always saying something, right? She was always one that was course correcting me, like constantly course correcting me. And I needed that. I needed my mom to constantly be on me. And my dad didn't always say a bunch, but when he said stuff, it was always very impactful. But he was always a lead by example person, right? Like he was the disciplined one that was 7:30 leave, come back at 5:30 every day, take us to practice, but like every Saturday had to go to on call. Like he was always doing the little things that it took, and if I wasn't doing the little things, he would remind me to do it. And so you know, everybody has different things in their lives that direct them and shape who they are. And I speak a little more than my dad did to me, to my kids. Kind of like when Gabby talks to me about how Hector raised them, I'm a little bit more.
Yeah.
I tell them what they need to know,
Right.
and I get on a little bit more. But I think that all of that kind of combines into who you are as a person. So there's somebody showed him discipline at some point in some way, and you never know what that was that you did consistently that kind of showed him what he needed to do.
Exactly.
And I just, even though my kids aren't disciplined right now either with things, I'm just trying to constantly model what they need or what I think they should be doing. Hope they will pick that up one day and run with it.
Well, and I think as parents too, I know I did. I'm not sure about Misty, but I questioned. I mean, there's times you always question, am I doing the right thing? Or, you know, can I do this better or whatever? But, you know, my son told me a couple of years ago, he's like, you know, when I was growing up, I didn't like dad because my husband's he's kind of like Hector. We laugh about that all the time. He was just very strict and very stern. He's like, but looking back on it, he said, I deserved everything I got because he was a lazy ass. Like he just did not, he was not disciplined at the time. So it's just, you look back on that and you're like, oh, he did do something.
Well, I tell my kids all the time, like, you may not like me right now,
Right.
but I will do, it doesn't matter to me how you feel about me right now, as long as you grow up to be a respectful person.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
At some point, I think that you will appreciate it. But if not, it's okay. I'll be okay. I'll be that guy, right? I'll
Right.
be that person if that's what I have
And
to
that
do.
was my husband. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
And he said
dad's
it with an
mantra was,
attitude.
it's not my job to be your friend.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, that's everybody's problem. Their parents are trying to be their friends.
Got to get those Miguez rules.
Yeah.
That way you can just throw
Right?
them out. Rule
I'm gonna
number one.
adopt some of those. So, yeah.
In public.
Yeah.
Talking about the Lopez rules, we had these rules that Hector and I came up with, and that's how we raised our kids on those rules.
love it.
And we won't talk about the rules because I'm not on
Camera.
podcast.
Not on a podcast.
But you know, now we can just, or even as as kids, we were like rule number one, like we're out in public, rule number one,
They knew
like,
it.
and they knew what it was.
Yeah. But you know,
But they throw them back at you too. Like
oh, sure.
rule number 4 is don't ask a question you're not prepared to hear the answer for. So I remember asking Colin, our oldest, a question one time, and he's like, "Mom, rule number 4." I'm like, "Never mind, don't answer."
Got it.
But, you know,
Noted.
did y'all feel as though y'all had phases in y'all's career where you had to spend more time raising kids and less time on y'all's real estate career, and then
Yes.
y'all have to refocus
Yeah,
that?
that was the first time I joined a team. So I joined a team back in 2000. I've been doing this since 2010.
Yeah.
2015, I joined a team over at KW, and it was for that reason. My kids were, I think at that point, they were like, I don't know, 8, 7, 9, and 10, and then
Yeah.
the older one. And it was just, everybody was in ball, everybody was going in different directions. And I was like, maybe it's time. I was an anti-team
Yeah.
back then. And I was like, I definitely need some leverage. So
Yeah.
joined a team for that reason.
Which is, and I mean, when people come to me and ask me like, why do you join the team, right? And people might ask similar questions. Why did Gigi and Misty partner with anybody, right? And so the answer I always give people is you have to know what you need and what your strengths are, and then give me that information, and then I can then tell you whether that team is going to actually help you in ways you need to be helped. Otherwise, if you're not self-aware at all, I can't help you. I can't tell you where to go. I mean, all these places are great. They all offer something different, but you have to tell me what you need in order for me to help put you in the right direction, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And different phases of your life, you require that.
Yeah, and the team that I had joined to, I wasn't a big, if y'all know, well, y'all know me. I don't like to be told what to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that. I went into business for myself
Sure.
for
a
that
reason,
reason. Like,
yeah.
I don't want you to tell me I have to do this for 3 hours a day. I don't want you to tell me. So with the team that I joined, the team leader pretty much for all of us was like, how much money do you want to make this year? Okay, that number, this is what you have to do to make that number.
Which is a novel idea, and that people are finally coming around to in real estate. You can't give somebody who's in a sales role like that a goal to hit and have them feel a passion to it without them also matching something that they need and want with that, right?
And
Like,
again-
what business you want to create for yourself, I can give you the leverage and tools. And again, the team leader has to be aware enough. Like, do I have the ability to offer this person the leverage they need so that they can get where they're going? And then that's not the end of it. Is where they're going to help me get where I'm going? It all has to be a world or a ecosystem that works together. And if the team leader's not aware of that and you're not aware enough of it, the team's not going to work out in the long run. And you've seen that happen. We've seen teams grow and then fall, and you're seeing teams come back around. Hopefully they've learned the reasons why they took a couple of steps back to avoid those mistakes as they're going forward. And I can say some teams are doing that. And it's going to be interesting to see when the market kind of ramps back up over the next couple of years, how that all pans out, right? And it's interesting to see how well the teams do that have this commercial residential aspect of it, because we're in a community that's growing, right? From Slidell to Covington to Tangipahoa Parish, our communities are growing while other communities are taking a step back. And the residential side, it shows that there's commercial opportunity. Who's going to take advantage of both? Because there's not a lot of commercial real estate agents that just focus in the commercial world on the side of the lake. So I'm excited to see where y'all are going to take this over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Going back to what you were saying about when you were kids were smaller and, with my business, I got my license in 2006 and I had it for several years.
I graduated high school in 07. Keep going.
Oh,
Stop talking.
See how he does that? See how he does that?
He's gotta like jab.
What was
like-
that?
Okay, so you look amazing. Let's keep going.
So anywho, I had my license for several years and my kids were both in grammar school at that time. And they just started getting involved with sport. Like my life started changing and my priorities started changing. And so that's when I just kind of took a step back and just started focusing more on that. And then wound up getting back into it. I don't even remember, 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
So it's just priorities at the time.
For sure. And I think that when you're looking for a team or a partnership, and I think that, again, y'all have done a great job of finding y'all's partnership and the people that y'all are partnering with, and y'all match from a value standpoint.
Yeah.
The rules your family lives by, all that supports the team you're on, which is the first box you have to check.
Right.
And then there's the leverage there. And if those two things are there, then it's great. And I think that y'all's team over the next couple of years may grow, and that's important for the people to know, like, who y'all are as individuals, how y'all run your team. You have leverage in your transaction coordinator that helps with y'all's business too. Like, all that stuff's important. Like, you got to know all that kind of stuff. So, well, like I said, I'm really excited to see what happens over the next couple of years.
Me too.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you for
Thank
having us.
you.